Yo, 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 yo. What the fuck is up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Bye, bye. You already know what the fuck it is, man. Hi, haters. I must say again, hi, haters. All right, man. So look, man. Let's see who's in the building, man. We're gonna get to it, man. Look, man, we gotta get to it. Y'all already know how we kick it. Let's do this shit. Boxing God, what it do, King? How you feeling, man? My nigga says I'm here in the building at work. About to roll one Bluetooth beats fully charged. Let's get it, Mr. Two Hands. 5-5 Reaper Gang Radio is dope as hell. Straight no chaser. Hey, man, and that's how we got to kick it at all times, Boxing God. Straight no chaser, man. You know me. I prefer a little Henny VS, you know what I'm saying? A little Henny VSOP on the rocks, a little Henny XO, you know, a little Remy XO. Let's get it. Dennis Nadera 2 TV, salute. What's good, Brody? Peter Edwards, glad you back in the building. What's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get to it. Javi, go. Salute, King. How you feeling, man? Callie, what it do? Nick Harmer, what it do? Reaper Gang Radio be the truth. I like it. I like it. I love it, man. All right, man. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. All right, man. So I must say this, man, and motherfuckers need to hear this shit. Like, yo, motherfuckers be focusing all of their energy on the wrong shit. When you try to say you not a hater, you just show how much you hate. And look, this is the deal, man. I'm really trying to figure out here why an exhibition match with a retired fighter got niggas in they hating ass bag. Like they got both hands in they hating ass bag about a retired fighter having an exhibition with one of the world's biggest YouTube stars. My thing is this, man. I respect hustle. I've always respect hustle, man. For sure, man. Love the yak. Love the yak. Love the yak. I've always been a person where I'm like, yo, go get your money. If you ain't, you know what I'm saying, if you're not prostituting yourself out, if you're not cutting your homie's neck, cutting them at the jugular to get your bread, if it's not something that makes you toss and turn when you sleep at night, it shouldn't even be a conversation. Like once again, why is Floyd Mayweather the topic of everyone's conversation? Boxing fans, look, you got to understand this. Don't everybody make money in the profession they love after they leave from the sport? Isn't that something you able to do? Wasn't that something George Foreman was able to do? Wasn't that something isn't that something Mike Tyson is able to do? I do believe he incorporates boxing with the term hot boxing with Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Whether it's a podcast or whether it's in the ring. And if people believe that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones didn't make a dime off of that 2 million plus pay-per-view and that shit all just went to charity, I'm here to inform you. You're wrong. You already know them niggas ain't getting there slugging it out and ain't nobody getting, and you don't think nobody getting paid for it? Of course they getting paid for it. Here's the deal. Boxing fans, you getting crossed up about a 40 plus year old fighter, I believe 44 at this point in his life, a grandfather. Shout out to, you know what I mean, Floyd grandchild that, you know what I'm saying, his daughter just recently had. This dude is a grandfather at this point. Y'all niggas is running around telling people that, you know what I'm saying, they gonna be this or that if they buy the fight and all of this other stuff. What people do with their money shouldn't even concern you. How Floyd Mayweather is making his money at this point in time shouldn't concern you. The question should be to you fuck niggas is, why is what Floyd Mayweather is doing with a YouTuber overshadowing everything that other niggas got going on? Because I do believe if it's the topic that's coming off everybody's tongue, I still believe that Floyd is that same motherfucker, that same top billing nigga that can still get people in the ring. I don't know what you hating for. Your biggest issue should be in the question that you guys should be asking is, Why is it that your own fighters or the fighters that you respect can't generate the same energy? And don't tell me it's because promotional outfits. Don't tell me it's because what side of the street they're on, because it has nothing to do with it. Me personally, how I'm looking at this shit is I'm looking at the undercard. I'm looking at what Floyd Mayweather was trying to do for other fighters that are on the undercard that happen to be under the promotional banner. Because at the end of the day, Floyd good. Yeah, he gonna get his check. But it's a lot of other niggas getting their check too. So when y'all niggas sit up here and talk about you don't know why niggas is buying the fight, why y'all niggas is doing this and doing that, you're hating on the real fighters that's on the undercard and how they getting their money. Because I do believe there's a guy named Jared Hurd that used to be a unified champion at 154 pounds that's on the undercard. And I do believe that there is an interim WBC champion by the name of Badu Jack that is on that undercard as well. And then if you take Chad Ochocinco in his debut and sprinkle it on there. This is just a marketing scheme where niggas is getting paid. And actually, it's going to shine more light on guys like Jared Hurd. It's going to shine more light on guys like, Badu Jack. Because that's the thing here. Floyd is good. Are you good, though? Apparently you're not, because you're the same type dickheads that's always hating on what Mayweather Promotions got going on. I don't know what's in the water that make y'all niggas hate so much, but y'all niggas was all for Manny Pacquiao picking up this man leftovers to go fight Conor. Y'all was looking for it. I ain't hear y'all niggas saying nothing about Manny Pacquiao going out here and fighting Conor, but I do remember the criticism that was attributed to Floyd for having this same bout. Does Manny Pacquiao get that type of smoke? Absolutely not. And if his opponent didn't get his dick strings knocked loose in the ring against Dustin the Diamond Poirier, y'all would still be clamoring, waiting for this bout, talking about Manny has deserved in his career as an 8-division world champion to do whatever he wants to do in his career. Now, I find major hypocrisy in that. Major contradictions in that. Y'all niggas just go out of your way to hate so much. It's disgusting, bro. I've never met a bunch of dudes who work YouTube channels that claim to be boxing fans that clamor about bitches about a grandfather. Going out here fighting another dude, and these dudes come together and they formulate their business to get their money. Why is that any part of your concern? Anybody's concern. If a person goes out and they decide to spend their money on this, don't that mean that maybe they were interested in it? Fuck your interest. What does their interest have to do with any of your interests? It shouldn't bother you, because I do believe nobody has a gun to your head, nobody has a foot in your ass, or nobody has any type of intimidating pressure on you to say, hey, you, go out and buy this fight. What you mad? The promotion is so crazy that every time, you know what I'm saying, you hit YouTube, and if you don't have premium, you got to watch this nigga's fight being promoted? It's an exhibition, bro. It's an exhibition, bro. I do believe time and time again it was touted as an exhibition, bro. And listen to y'all. Panties in a bunch, thong season, edible arrangements, all out, acting like a bunch of bitches, man. It just gets me tight, man, because you don't demand the same shit out of the other people who are trying to follow in the same footsteps. Because I do believe there's another old nigga that's sitting around looking at that blueprint and he's trying to duplicate the same shit. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way. I find that crazy. I ain't never met one dude in boxing that receives the type of hate that he receives for every single individual move that he makes, man. I do believe half of y'all niggas that talk bad about it, y'all gonna crack stream that shit. I know you are. Like a bunch of crackheads is hating on it, but you're gonna sit there and you're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch the fighters on the undercard. It's corny. It's corny to me. It's like, yo, if you went out there and you decided to get your money after whatever your career was, and every time you turn around, you got some goofball, goofy ass nigga hating on everything that you do in your life. Every time you make a move that's focused on your business, focused on what you built, somebody always talking about, yo, what you doing is some super goofy shit, and y'all motherfuckers are stupid to spend your money on it. Well, I do believe it has more to do with Logan Paul than it does Floyd Mayweather. We all know that Logan Paul lost to KSI. Of course, this isn't anything real. It was never touted to be real. But you focusing all your energy on what? What's wrong with your fighters, man? What's wrong with your fighters, man? Why can't you get your fight? Why can't your fighters do what the fuck they need to do so them motherfuckers can operate and they can move just like a Floyd Mayweather moves? Oh, I forgot. They don't want to fight anybody. It's weird that there's this research. Look at boxing in a whole right now. You got Showtime signing YouTubers. You got YouTubers selling out arenas in boxing matches more than regular boxers are. And they think it's the YouTubers overshadowing the shit. No, it's your motherfuckers' own insecurities. It's your egos overshadowing themselves. You guys are the only reason that your feet are stuck in the mud, that nobody's paying attention to you, that nobody wants to watch your shit. Because you want to know why? Because every time that you go out, 20 and 30 plus fights in, it's tomato can after tomato can. It's flat tire after flat tire. I swear to God, I see so many tune-ups going on in boxing. I swear that this shit should be sponsored by fucking AAA. Boxing should be sponsored by AAA because all your favorite homies in the shit and this sport that you love so much, that you want to save, that you want to see in the forefront, they ain't doing shit. Tune up shorty. Man, get AAA on the job because all it is a bunch of fucking tune-ups. But we worried about grandpa. We worried about grandpa. Why grandpa got y'all in your bag like this? I don't understand it. If you want to change the culture, you need to consistently change the conversation. D-Town Blaster salute. 5-5. You already know what it is. Shout out to Beetlejuice Bayless. I have no idea if he's the referee. Tactics TV salute. Hey, man, I'm just saying, man. If you want to change the culture, then change the conversation. Because I swear, all I hear off of people's mouths, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather hate, sucking Canelo's balls. That's it. That's it. Or a whole bunch of Bud hate. See, y'all throw y'all hate around in certain areas where it really make me believe what type of person that y'all really are. Because I recognize it. Because when the other people doing goofy shit, there ain't a word that come out y'all mouth. But when Floyd doing some shit, that's a retired grandpa's doing some shit, you're hating on him. Terrence Bud Crawford trying to get the fight, nigga stonewalling them. He doing everything wrong. Y'all dudes don't know who y'all want to be because you change your ideology, you change the script every day of the week, and you don't see the type of buster ass activity that y'all have every time that y'all open y'all fucking mouths, man. You're not going to catch me hating on some dude for going out here and getting money off of the sport that he dedicated not 5 minutes to, but the entirety of his fucking life. The entirety of his life. You can't talk about a nigga that's legitimized himself by beating 16 fucking consecutive world champions in a row, 4-time lineal, and has over 20 plus champions under his belt in 50 fights. So that would make him real, right? Did you hate on Muhammad Ali for doing an exhibition? Did you hate on Mike Tyson for doing an exhibition? Did you hate on Sugar Ray? Why is Floyd any different? It's this fake ass shit where people say Floyd came in and he messed up the game. How did Floyd mess up the game? No. Niggas messed up the game for themselves. I'm tired of grown ass men putting all of the responsibility of what other grown men are supposed to do on the back of one individual because he made it to the top of the mountain and y'all niggas is in the bucket like crabs pulling each other down time and time and time again. Trying to chase his fucking purses, eradicate his purses, even go as far as chase down all of the opponents that he's fought. Grandpa. Y'all niggas hating on grandpa right now for getting money. and the sport that he dedicated his life to. But y'all motherfuckers is boxing fans though, right? Y'all boxing fans, right? Why is it that when your favorite ATGs, they go out and do it, it's all good. But when Floyd goes out and does something, man, yo, tell me these motherfuckers ain't looking at this shit like it's a real fight the way they talking about it. They really are. Every time I turn around and I hear the live, I hear, oh, I'm not buying that Floyd shit. I'm not buying this Floyd shit. Yo, it ain't about you, stupid. It ain't about you, stupid. How he lives, what he drives, what he eats don't make you shit. It was never about you in the first place. So what made you so special? Huh? What made any of you so special to where you could lend your critique on something that you know is an exhibition that's being held for 8 rounds, I believe, with 10-ounce gloves on in Florida that doesn't even have judges? I do believe this was what they were aiming to do when they started it all off, right? But you pay attention to the press conferences, you watch all of his moves and everything just so you can run back and say how he fucked the game up. Man, let's get it straight. There's real boxers on that undercard. Why y'all hating, stupid? It's real boxers on that undercard, once again, that is benefiting off of the things that Floyd Mayweather is bringing to him. And y'all motherfuckers is acting super goofy. Super goofy. It's disgusting. There's literally only 2 boxers I'll say I straight hate. Wilder, that bastard from a while back who boxed with plaster in his glove. Everyone else give respect for jumping in the ring. Absolutely. And the respect should always be for the individuals who jump in the ring and put it on the line. I could show you several instances in this man's record that is dated how many times he put it on the line. I could show you how many individuals ducked that man when he was running through divisions, putting it all on the line. I could point to you how many fucking fighters are still active today that this man has beat. He put it all on the line. But you guys, not y'all, but the ones that are doing it, y'all know who you are. Nobody asked you to spend a dime. Nobody expected you to. But everybody goofy for what the fuck they doing. Man, mess me with that bullshit, man. The nigga, he got to be doing something right if he's always the topic of you stupid motherfuckers' conversations. Grandpa, I'm going to emphasize this time and time again. He got to be doing something right if he's the topic of all of you dudes' conversation. Grandpa, what about your fighters, though? What about them? All they do is all talk, no show, no go. Teofimo talks out the side of his neck all day long. You don't hold him accountable. Several fighters talk out of the side of their neck 24/7. You don't hold them accountable. So many fighters, they want to be great. They want to fight certain individuals, but you tell them they don't even deserve to be in the ring with them. So what is it, man? Because it ain't just like, yo, it can't be Floyd. It can't be Floyd. Because every time I look around, y'all dudes is always hating on somebody that's doing something. But y'all niggas ain't hating on the niggas that ain't doing nothing, though. Giving niggas passes for their so-called mental health, give motherfuckers passes for their fucking weak-ass opposition. I have not heard motherfucking one news article that speaks on Juan Montiel and the fucking Jamal Charlo fight, but y'all motherfuckers gonna buy that, huh? You gonna go out and buy it? Is that what you gonna do? The fuck out of here, man. Surgeon to death salute. I just want people to understand, man. Look, man, it should never be any type of criticism. It should never be any type of hate. It should never be any type of fuckboy activity that is spilling off of the tip of your tongue when it comes to grandpa getting money or it comes to your grandpa getting money. Because I'm sure if it was somebody that was associated with you, you would be like, go ahead, my dude. And that's why I talk about the favoritism lies in boxing, because some way, shape, or form, no matter if this man is freaking making money at a strip club, no matter if he is involved and getting money outside of the ring doing exhibitions or whatever, he's always the problem. He's always the problem. I've never seen one individual sit up here and just talk about, yo, these fighters need to get in the driver's seat, yo, and make something happen so we could do something that eclipses what Floyd has going on. That should be the topic of conversation. When is another fighter going to do something that eclipses what Floyd has going on? Why is this man so fucking old and he is getting all of this fucking, he's garnering all of this attention, and your favorite fighters can't get none of the above? I'm wondering. It's really a stain on my brain that I don't understand it. And it's the thing, you guys always make excuses for what the fighters aren't doing. But if you want these motherfuckers to be stars, if you're really bothered about what Floyd this guy has going on, then you would tell your niggas to step their game up, because clearly they're not stepping their game up at all. At all. And I tell people all the time, closed mouths don't get fed, and this motherfucker the only nigga that be constantly talking. All of these fighters got the fucking personality of a fucking dry sponge. They don't go out here and speak. They don't sell a fight. They don't make enemies with other fucking fighters, knowing that this is, you know what I'm saying, a promotion, knowing that this is show business and knowing that you need to sell it. I tell y'all time and time again, there needs to be heroes and villains in boxing, but y'all you don't welcome the villains. Anytime somebody pull up at a press conference, you got a problem with that. Like, that's something that's out of bounds. Anytime somebody press somebody out and they want to fight, y'all sit up there and you look at his accolades like that shit is out of bounds. But y'all don't understand. When the drama is involved, that's when the tickets sell. The nigga was infamous for having drama. Y'all niggas ain't infamous for none of that. Y'all infamous for playing soft and expecting everybody to treat you a certain way because you're already here. And they should respect you because you go in the ring. Well, we respect you guys for going in the ring, but if you're not happy with what you're getting paid and all you're doing is looking on the back of Canelo to make that type of money, and you're not willing to go in there and put forth the type of wars where you can make that type of bread, I'll be goddamn if I want to hear motherfuckers talk about grandpa in the exhibition. Because there are several times this year that what is it, a Nip Kong song, and who else? Jake Paul, two Logan Paul events, two Jake Paul events. I mean, clearly, if the YouTubers are coming over to boxing, these motherfuckers have realized something that you stupid motherfuckers haven't. Clearly, they've realized something that you stupid motherfuckers haven't. And what I mean by that is these dudes are infamous for promoting themselves for what they really aren't, but people buy into it. Why don't you guys promote yourselves for what you really are? They playing savages. Y'all supposed to be savages. Why are they getting more attention than you? Why is what that corny shit they doing make more sense than the corny shit than you doing? And the shit that you supposed to be doing ain't corny. Y'all niggas don't want to put forth the necessary type of energy to where you need to be to propel yourself in the fucking point to where you don't have to hear Floyd's name. And I'm telling you, if you added a little spice to your bland ass formula, because right now, y'all niggas ain't nothing but a piece of boiled fucking bologna with your personality. If you don't add a little spice with your bland ass formula, you're never going to get, or you're never going to garner the type of wages. The spotlight is never going to shine on you in the way to where you're going to get the type of money that you're seeking. I'm telling you, if I was in boxing for a whole fucking month, just give me a month, I would shift the perspective. I would shift the fandom. I would shift how tickets are being sold that quick. Because what you guys are telling your fighters to do, and what you guys and your expectation for other people who aren't in the ring ain't bringing shit to the table. If you told niggas to open their mouth, if you told motherfuckers to make enemies with your fucking peers, then maybe, just maybe, you could sell a fight and Floyd wouldn't be top billing over all of you goofy motherfuckers. Because clearly, there ain't no y'all motherfuckers, y'all marketing prowess, I swear to God, is about as fucking, y'all marketing prowess ain't even on the level of somebody outside flipping fucking signs on the corner trying to sell sofas and income tax. They show more dedication to what y'all show to your own fucking career. Y'all just sit back and you act like the promoter that's supposed to do it for you. And then fucking the YouTubers sit back and act like they just supposed to just have it all their way. The YouTube boxing community. It's just supposed to go like this. No, motherfucker. In boxing, it has never went like, yo, your closed mouth just going to get you where you need to be. If that was the case, my Muhammad Ali wouldn't have said a goddamn word. Everybody And the difference between them and y'all is they fought people. So they brought people out and they didn't need social media to do it. So what I'm showing you here is this. How is it that social media in this era, when we have social media, you have less people filling up the seats in boxing arenas than you did when you didn't even have a goddamn pager? How is it that Jack Dempsey can get people to come to the cornfields of freaking Indiana? One in a million people watch some shit that he got going on, know about what he has going on, and all they got is radios. Niggas running around with nothing but FM, AM in their car. And they manage to do bigger numbers in stadiums, arenas, outdoor resurrecting boxing rings, and y'all can't even get it popping. Y'all got Instagram, WhatsApp, goddamn TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, freaking Vimeo. Y'all got so much shit. And y'all can't make one wave. Y'all can't even put a ripple in the water. But now it's let's hate the nigga that's doing exhibition. Let's hate the dudes that's doing exhibitions or whatever and trying to play boxes. Well, guess what? Isn't it funny that these motherfuckers are coming over and they're adding a certain level of element with their talking points that you guys aren't even adding to the sport that has always been there? Y'all are supposed to add the talking points. You guys are supposed to create the stories. You're supposed to create the narratives. You're supposed to create the epilogues. You're supposed to create the intros of whatever it's supposed to be. Your boxing life and your boxing career. Andre Ward was never the most talkative nigga, but Andre Ward got busy with a lot of people in a short span of time. And he created a war with a Sergey Kovalev that had controversy. Where's the controversy? Not saying that everything has to be negative, but where do you even try? I don't even see it. You don't put forth the effort. All I see is two grooves in a sofa with your fat ass fucking beer belly out and you're sitting there. That's what I visualize when I look at young boxers today, because you're absolutely lazy. The mentality ain't there. You don't even put forth the effort. When I say some shit like boxers didn't have any of the things that you guys had today, and y'all can't put forth the effort, and y'all say, oh, the people ain't into it like that. The Klitschko's did this. No, the Klitschko's kicked the motherfucking ass. They sold, y'all motherfuckers didn't. So what's your excuse now? Nobody fucking cared because you didn't put the necessary time in. You didn't put the energy into it. And now it's so fucking watered down that you just expect to get it. Y'all expecting the handouts. You expect big checks and y'all expect to have the biggest fucking fighter to be next. Who made you so privileged? Who started playing the yes man in your life? Once again, you focus on the wrong things, the wrong things. Y'all focus on the wrong things, the wrong things. Come on, man. In my Kanye voice, man. Y'all making me mad. It's perplexing. It's perplexing to me. You can't make this shit make sense. Because I'll keep going back redundantly as such saying, hey, how come Jack Dempsey did it? How did Sonny Liston do it? How did fucking how did goddamn Joe Frazier do it? How did Muhammad Ali do it? How did Floyd Patterson do it? Pretty Boy Floyd, where everybody, the first Pretty Boy Floyd that everybody was coming out to see. How did he do it with his glass chin? How did he do it? And he wasn't the most talkative figure. He was just a charming, good dude. The other guy turned it up, though. If one is not going to do something, the other one's going to have to turn it up. And that's why, for me, I fuck with Tyson Fury on that level. Because to be perfectly honest, I'm not going to say the heavyweight division would be bland if he didn't speak. But God damn it, it adds an extra ingredient of spice that the sport needs. But that fucking water don't trickle down the fucking creek, man. Somewhere in the line, the fucking drain is clogged to where y'all mentally not fucking catching up, bro. Rod Nell, salute. GT3, salute. Jack Johnson, that motherfucker was so dope. This nigga loved race cars. Loved race cars. This motherfucker would speed with his white girl everywhere he went. Now, when this motherfucker come riding down, it's a true story, goes flying down the road, gets pulled over by a goddamn New York City police officer or whatever like that. They write him $1,000 ticket because he was with a white girl. Now put in perspective, in Jack Johnson's time, $1,000 fucking ticket. This nigga Jack Johnson doubled the money and said, yo, here's extra because I'm going to be speeding on the way back when I come. Personality. That shit hit the motherfucking news. People love shit like that. What they don't love is niggas crashing themselves fucking through, throwing themselves through windows, being alcoholics, and they acting like they pound for pound number one, and they won't engage with the fucking the true number one guy people feel as though in their division. When you're playing hopscotch and making every excuse avoiding this man, and you talking about shit, y'all keep fucking with me, this shit is going to be 90-10. That's what the people don't like. They turned off from you because they see the sucker in you. There's a certain mystery in watching a YouTuber face off against a fucking boxer or two YouTubers coming to the sport, because guess what? We don't know what they could do with their hands. The youngins don't know what they could do with their hands, and they don't know about the bullshit that came before them. Because if it's based off of the Zennial generation, you guys didn't offer them anything when it came to boxing. You want to know what it was missing in the Zennial era? You want to know what's missing? Substance. Substance. The ability to fucking promote the show, the ability to sell the show, the ability to let people know, fuck the bright lights, fuck the big city, I am the show. Y'all ain't that. Redirect your frustrations. Redirect all your hate. Because I look at this situation like it's bigger than all of y'all dorky ass dumb motherfuckers. Because once again, there's real boxers on the undercard that he's propelling through his likeness, that he's giving a platform and bigging up. The crazy thing is, Floyd is the one individual who always bigs up everybody in the sport and always gives people a necessary platform. Never hated on a fucking soul in the sport, but the nigga get more hate than anybody. These are facts. And they told Jack Johnson when he was in fights, when he was fighting white opponents, that if he would go in there and best the white opponents, they was going to kill him. These are facts. These are facts. And he told them, you better kill me now because I'm going to fuck this white boy up. Because you want to know what? That's personality. And you want to know what? There's a level of fearlessness that even the most racist and the most bigoted of individuals can respect. Hey, that's showmanship, babe. Where's yours at? Where's yours at? I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for a dude to kick in the door that's going to pop that shit, who's going to kick that shit, who's going to present it the right way, who's going to make enemies out of the grisliest of men. But they don't do it. Teofimo Lopez, he coming in this bitch, he doing a lot of talking, but he blowing a lot of hot air. He wants y'all to believe that he the toughest nigga on the block, but shit, this motherfucker seemed very apprehensive about giving rematches, and he seemed very apprehensive about fighting Devin Haney. But when the camera's around him and his father, when nobody else is around, them niggas talk like they the toughest dude in the building. You fucking idiots, don't you realize YouTube is gonna hold you accountable for everything you say? Because every time you got a fucking camera in your face, we see what's going on out here. You can't talk it one way and walk it a completely different way. Because you want to know in my life what that make you? Fake as a motherfucker. Faker than a motherfucker. You ain't who you say you is. And I know. I know. I know. This is crazy. This is crazy. Lazy, yes. They must be getting pimped out on their contracts. But see, here's the deal, right? Al Heyman is just an advisor. Management/advisor. These dudes have the ability to go and fight other individuals. Because I pointed out several times that Julio Cesar Chavez, when he wanted that Canelo fight, he forced it. Same thing with Amir Khan. When he wanted that Canelo fight, he forced it. Same thing with Deontay Wilder. When he wanted that Tyson Fury fight on the back of co-promotion when PBC didn't want it, he forced it. Even though he got his ass whooped, he still forced it. So who's gonna get in the driver's seat and be their own master and their commander and their own navigator of their own career? Because I do see certain motherfuckers be always talking like, yo, this fighter can't do this and he can't do that. Well, there's only certain fighters and certain promotional outfits that are locked down in that way. And it ain't PBC fighters. They just choose to believe, they just choose to motherfucking snack on that super fruit. That's it. They hide behind the media. They hide behind their lack of thereof, and they're entirely comfortable with it. Shout out to the new Wakanda. They're comfortable with that. You should be uncomfortable with a nigga spoon feeding you fucking bums and you talking like a killer. You can't talk like a killer and be spoon fed bums time and time again and think that's going to make the world a believer, because it's not. We don't believe you. We're looking at what's on the plate, my nigga. We're looking at what's on the plate. It ain't spicy. That shit bland as all hell. That shit needs seasoning. That shit needs ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever the fuck you can find in the refrigerator to sprinkle on that bullshit that y'all are doing. Because you guys are an absolute embarrassment to what is supposed to be promotion and the one fucking sport that you need to promote on a consistent basis. Boxing has never been the sport that motherfuckers go out their way and promote you 24 goddamn 7. It only comes along every 3 to 4 months during your activity when you have a fight going on. You have to do it yourself. You should have never been a professional boxer if you didn't want to motherfucking open your mouth. Once again, closed mouths don't get fed, and that speaks in volumes in boxing. It speaks in volumes. How do you not see it? Shit. The greatest fighters don't even get promoted like that. Now, I don't know what they do with Anthony Joshua over in the UK because I'm not there, but I frequent social media a lot, and there's never a lot of commercials of Anthony Joshua being here, being there, unless it's something with Under Armour or his promotional outfit. But he's a larger-than-life figure. He don't have to live off of that. They don't have to make sure they throw him out there in the faces of everybody 24/7. But as far as the other boxers, Canelo, any of them, you don't see 80 million you don't see 80 million commercials and none of that shit going on. They got to do that shit themselves. But on the back of those individuals came competition. You're fucking stupid if you don't understand this. If you don't understand, if you're not ready to motherfucking really lead, if you're not really ready to shake shit up, it's never going to be what you want it to be. The sport is always going to be on life support. Vital signs are weakening. Vital signs are weakening. Vital signs is like, yeah. I like it when I've never heard of a fighter speak. Frankly, I have no interest in fighters trying to be wordsmiths. I'm only interested in what happens in the ring. That's where the real communication is. But the fact is, how many fighters have been great communicators in the ring, and what have their careers been when they don't communicate out the ring? Compared to other fighters who are great fucking with their hands and great wordsmiths. There's a reason why there's a reason why promoters, that's why Canelo's speaking English right now. Regardless of whoever Canelo is, you see that motherfucker speaking English right now. That's the reason why, no matter how nice Muhammad Ali was, he talked that shit. There's a reason why Sugar Ray Leonard, as calm as in his motherfucking pretty boy shit as he was, he talked that shit. They all, Tommy Hearns, all of them talked that shit. But these niggas was warriors. I'm trying to figure out, since when does a warrior not put hands on you and pop that shit? Did you not see it from Josh Taylor? What did Josh Taylor do before the fight? And then what did Josh Taylor do after the fight? I'll wait. I will wait. Because if you don't know, I'll inform you. And this ain't directed at you, Peter. This is just going off of what you're saying. What did they do? What did he do? That nigga was pushing Jose Ramirez in the hallway. He was talking crazy, talking dirty to that man at the press conference. He was talking dirty to Tim Bradley on ESPN. He was talking dirty to Andre Ward. He was talking dirty to everybody. You got to sell the show, man. 26,000 people tuning in on your freaking on your top rank before the fight shit, and after the fight shit ain't gonna do it. 26,000 people in viewership is not gonna do it. Every time you drop a video, it is not going to do it. Because guess what? Nobody knows. Look, if I walked, I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to put it like this, y'all. Real spill. If I walked in a room and none of you individuals knew me, how many of you guys are going to go out of your way to speak? Figure out what I'm into, figure out what type of person I am, etc., etc. Invest time into me. Whether it's business, whether it's casual interpretation, whatever. How many people do that? When a nigga, when anybody you walk in the room and there's thousands of people in there, who the hell is just going out their way to speak to the guy who don't open their mouth? Or you trying to get something sold, or you trying to do something and you don't open your mouth? How many people pay attention to that guy? You don't, do you? I don't have to wait for a response. Case in point. Once again, everybody like, yo, it's no different. If you want a friend, you got to speak. You want to know what somebody got going on. If you want them to be involved in you, if you yourself are supposed to be what sells yourself, don't you got to say something? Don't you got to talk? Don't you have to go through a process of introduction? Don't, if you want people to tune into what you have going on, pay attention to you here, don't you have to give them something of you to be more involved? Don't, when a fighter gets in the ring, don't you want to know his story outside of the ring? Or do you want him to be shelled up in a cave and not pay attention to him? Because what did that do for Sonny Liston? Oh, yeah. What did that do for Sonny Liston? Sonny Liston was one of the most hated individuals in boxing for no goddamn reason. And this nigga was a gentle giant when it came to kids, when it came to people. That motherfucker would give his shirt off his back to anybody. But the perception around Sonny Liston was he was this big black monster, evil snarl on his face. Nobody cared. They generated a perception of what he is based off of what he did in the ring and nothing more. And it hurt him. It hurt him when it came to fighting Muhammad Ali. You have to take the time to vocalize and express to individuals and tell them who you are if they want to be involved in what you're about. Because if I don't know who you are, if personality doesn't speak for itself amongst all of this, how am I going to know what you're about? Yeah, I know you're a fighter, but then what? Because your name has to carry. Your name has to ring bells. Mob ties don't mean shit to what the truth really is. Mob ties doesn't have to have anything to do with the fact that this individual had a certain persona that was developed based off of the people due to the fact that he never spoke. Shit. Jack Dempsey was a motherfucker who beat up motherfuckers and fought them at bars and all types of shit. He was that same dude with the stick in the knapsack, going in the bars, roughing motherfuckers up for a couple of dollars. Mob ties. You got like we know what it is, man. Once again, I can't be engaged with an individual. You can't walk in a room and not introduce yourself unless you want to be hugging the wall the entire time and everybody else is dancing, they grooving, the girls is over there having fun, everybody paying attention to you. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody recognized you in the room. You feel like an ant. You feel like an ant to a bunch of elephants. All the dudes back in the day, them niggas popped they shit to a certain extent. And if it wasn't one, this is the thing. There was never, when there's two, it's better for you. But usually, of course, we all know that. I'm speaking to something different, no boom. I'm speaking to something different. You know that was sprinkled on a lot of individuals back in the day. Really, he got more people, more people paid attention to him based off of the fact of, you know what I'm saying? Okay, look at what Sonny Liston was before Ali came into the picture. This is the best way I can put it. Look at what Sonny Liston was before Ali came in the picture. Yeah, he was a heavyweight champion. Yeah, People came out to see him to a certain extent. But look what Sonny Liston was during the time all of that shit was going on. When Ali came in the picture, though. Ali wasn't nobody. We got to remember this. Ali wasn't nobody. What did he do, though? He came in there, grabbed the bull by the horns with talking that shit. So what I'm saying is, when I made the video in the infancy of my YouTube boxing shit, and people didn't catch it, heroes and villains, I always express that there has to be one. There can never be none. Jose wasn't willing to do shit. So what did Josh Taylor do? What Josh Taylor always do? Turned it up. Sonny Liston wasn't that guy. What did Muhammad Ali do? I'm going to make myself known. I'm going to knock this dude out. I want to be that dude. I want to transcend the game on a whole nother level. So what did he do? He had to talk that shit. So once again, there has to be one. Joe Louis didn't want to talk it. So who had to talk it? What a motherfucker mean, hook or not? Ali had to talk that talk. You gotta, once again, you're only going to go so far with an individual if they only willing to give you so much. How many times, if we go back and we watch ESPN Classic, we watch Burt Sugar, we watch Conversations with Don King and Don King and not Don King and Al Heyman, Don King and Bob Arum sit together and they talked about the fights of the old, the sensational cars that they created and things of that nature. It was based off the back of what? Sensationalizing the individuals that was in the ring, letting you putting a perception in you guys' mind that this thing is going to be the biggest thing that you ever going to witness. And if you don't tune in, then you're truly going to miss out. Tell me right now, as a fight fan, as a person that's listening to Reaper Gang Radio right now, what boxer gives you that thing that how many boxers give you that thing to where a card's coming out, you feel like you're missing out if you don't catch it? It's something that you have to see. The world is going to end if you don't watch it. That feel ain't there. It ain't there. And there's only one reason it's not there. Because the many choose to ignore what must be done. Like, yo, and here's a big difference in the individuals that didn't have to talk compared to now, guys. They didn't have no fucking Don King. If you had a young, spry Don King, he gonna bring that shit up out you. He's gonna force those conversations. Ricardo Mayorga. Woo! Sent chills through your bones. Fernando Vargas. A lot of these dudes, man, you gotta play that shit. There ain't not a motherfucking near nutter. Not a goddamn near nutter. Niggas don't have no Don King. So what I'm saying is, you gotta be the captain of your own. You gotta be the captain of your own boat, Slim. You gotta be the master of your own motherfucking your own universe. You gotta control the narrative. You can't let the media control it for you. Like look at how the media controls narratives for all of the humble fighters right now. We have a certain disdain for a certain Charlo. We have a certain disdain for a certain Tank Davis. We have a certain disdain for a lot of the fighters over at the PBC. Gary Russell Jr., a great fighter, but we have a certain disdain for him for certain reasons. What is it though? It's cap. But what do they do well to keep them motherfuckers, keep y'all talking, to keep y'all frustrated and all of that? They talk their shit. Whether you want to see them get knocked out or whether you want to see them prevail, you want to see them. AJ, he even getting a little spicy with the Instagram posts and shit like that because he realized he watched how many individuals. Look at prime example. Deontay Wilder, skill set of a fucking fifth grade schoolgirl. Bo Rett's being ripped out of hair and shit while they windmilling on the fucking by the swing set. Skill set of a fifth grade schoolgirl. clout chasing talk points of a goddamn, how do I want to put this? Clout chasing talk points of a, you can't even say a Badini Brown. Clout chasing talk points of an individual who understands the portions of the game where other people can't interpret it. Didn't Deontay Wilder use his fucking voice and then vocalize $100 million fight that he didn't, regardless of whether he took it or not? Didn't Deontay Wilder make you guys motherfucking despise him so much that you wanted to see him get whooped on? Everybody was knowing that he has a skill set of a 5th grade schoolgirl. Everybody, it was going to be the biggest fucking fight in heavyweight history. So am I not making a point here, or am I making a point here? And all of this goes back to the hate, the venom that I consistently hear about this exhibition that is taking place on a Sunday. We all sick of riding this diva shit. I'd put Bigfoot in his ass if we was face to face. Everybody would pay for Crawford versus Errol. You want to know why? The niggas can bang. We want clarity there. I would pay for it 2 times over, D. Hodges. Shit, I told everybody off the rip how great of a fight Manny Pacquiao versus Errol is. People think Manny done. Exactly. Because guess what? Infamy is just as good as being famous. Because if they're infamous, they still want to see you get your block knocked off. They still going to come out and see you. They just want to see you with the right one. It's funny that a guy who has no particular skill set has managed to garnish at least fucking $50 to $60 million in his career based off of fucking clout chasing, based off of pretending to be something that he's not, and an invisible right hand that they overbloviated, and they were extremely boisterous, and they fucking let their promotional value scream on the entire world, and had little fucking foot soldiers out pushing the narrative. While other fighters want to sit here and sit with their legs crossed and swirl their tea and sip tea with their pinkies out, niggas was using guerrilla tactics. I would like to see the fighters that are really gorillas use those guerrilla tactics. I'm sorry, but as a fighter, I ain't never felt like a motherfucking fighter should be quiet and just play the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm a gentle giant ass motherfucking, like, I'm like, fuck all of that. This the fight game. There's a certain level of ferocity. There's a certain level of adrenaline that pumps through the violence, through the talk points that is created. There's a reason why, because if it wasn't about fighters not having to talk, you wouldn't have the biggest fighters go on a promotional world tour. You wouldn't have press conferences for every fight, regardless of whether it was an undercard to get you used to the individual or you already knew him. Because you want to know what a press conference is? It's a formal introduction for that one individual who walks in the room who needs to fucking extend their hand and speak to everybody when he's a stranger in the building. Because they're the strangers. We're trying to their job is for them to get familiar with us, for them to have some form of recognition so we follow their careers. But in some way, to be the truth, you got to speak the truth. And shit, if your truth is you feel like you can fuck motherfuckers up and sauce everybody in the division and go up a couple divisions and sauce them too, hey man, it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander in my book. Grab the bull by the horns, B. Understand. Once again, the formal introductions, press conferences, do they take advantage of them? Do they? Like, yo, how many press conferences do you guys watch right now when y'all just see 2 motherfuckers sit there and you're fucking bored of it? and you're hoping something spicy comes out in the talk point that is created outside of the press conference that you can hang on to, that you can go talk on your boxing channel about something that's going to infuriate you because you might not necessarily believe what is printed. But only things that are printed are the things that motherfuckers allow them to print. Because I do believe boxers, motherfucking, when somebody put a fucking narrative out in the media, they will run down on a reporter about, man, what's this shit about? And the difference between then and now is objective criticism. If you didn't like what was printed and you didn't believe it was truth, you would always sit down with them. You would iron that shit out on the media. You would give people a better look of who you are. Motherfuckers are letting people motherfucking depict them for who they are. And it's not working out well. It's not. So as long as you're not willing to be because honestly, the boxer should be the life of the party. He should be. He should be the life of the party. From beginning to end, the experience should be made to where the boxer should be the life of the party. Motherfuckers don't even thank Floyd for starting 24/7, the same thing that is transitioned over to Top Rank, whatever they call it now. I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. And HBO and every other individual. They created that shit. Absolutely. Trash talk is going to go wrong. You're human. You're not perfect. But here's the deal. When motherfuckers ain't trash talking, I don't see no goddamn ticket sales. Not saying that you should be trash talking if you trash. You shouldn't trash talk if you trash. But there's honor. There's a level of honor in having confidence in your skill set. And other alpha male dominant figures are going to understand that. Women understand. Real women understand alpha male dominant ego. When it's spoken on the back of the truth. When you have a resume that speaks to you being a real killer, man, it ain't nothing wrong with talking like you a real killer. And if you got to go up against a real killer, man, it ain't nothing wrong with letting that real killer know that you a bigger killer than him. Because all you going to do is infuriate his fan base, infamy. And all you going to do is boost up your new fan base, building popularity. I'm telling you, give me a fucking month. Give me a month. I'm telling y'all would love this shit. Oh my God, you love it. Give me 1 month with these niggas. Give me a month. Let me control what's going on with the promo. Give me a month. That's all I need. That's all I need. And I'm lashes. I'm whipping shit into shape. Give me a month. Because niggas don't know how to do it, man. Floyd know how to do it. That's why y'all mad, right? These niggas don't know how to do it. Clearly they don't know how to do it. What is motherfucking... Look, Terrence Crawford said, I ain't worried about fighting Errol no more. Everybody spent that out of control now like he ducking. You see the problem with not talking? Vague verbal contributions do nothing for you at the end of the day. Because what? You left it too open for interpretation, especially for a bunch of haters who want nothing more than to hate on you. They're not here to appreciate you. They've chosen who they like. They already got their tribalism there. Half of them on that side decide that you hate. They don't have to talk because they got 8 million niggas talking shit for them. They've been doing it. Adrian Broner makes more money than most of these goofballs who are supposed to be young prime stars today. No matter how many times Adrian Broner been a goofball for how many years, and niggas still went out and bought his tickets. When he fought Manny Pacquiao, was he not goofball 4.0? And niggas still bought the tickets. You want to know why? Because people believed in some way, shape, or form Adrian Broner was going to go out there and be the Adrian Broner people believed him to be. Based off his skill set, because people know Adrian Broner has a skill set, a very superior one if he cared. You want to know what happened? After Adrian Broner fell apart against Marcus Maidana, the energy fell apart. Can't nobody tell me I'm lying. The energy fell apart in America when Adrian Broner self-destructed. But see, it wasn't him talking that made him self-destruct. It was his work ethic. It was his light. It was his lack of paying attention to detail. It was his lack of staying hungry. Because if a person tells me an individual can't talk, I would say I would point to Mr. 49 and 0. 50 if you want to count Connor. Like, you suppose, look at Connor. Okay, I'm going to use a perfect example. There's nothing wrong. See, but look, y'all missing it, man. Y'all missing what I'm trying to say, man. Who is saying that an individual isn't humble? Is Josh Taylor not a humble individual? Was Muhammad Ali not a humble individual? Was Sugar Ray Leonard not a humble individual? Shit. Was Ricardo Mayorga not a humble individual outside of the ring? Manny Pacquiao, he got some dog in him. Even it's different, but he got dog in him. What I'm saying is, here's a perfect example. Conor McGregor talks more shit than a little bit, but he believes every word he's saying. There's a difference in true belief, entrenched in your gut, your soul, your heart, everything that makes you who you are, built up from the ground up. Everything that you are. But take this in consideration. This nigga study, he's constantly in the Robert Greene books. He's constantly in the Sun Tzu books. He's constantly focusing on the arts of war and at the same time practicing the art of peace. Because when you hear Conor talk shit and he gets his ass whooped, what does he do after the fight? He's arrogant and he's cocky in his belief leading up, but the nigga is always humble in defeat and he's accurate about what happened to him. He's accurate. He's accurate in his depictions every time you see him. And even when he loses, you want to know why people still respect him and pay for him? Because he's humble in defeat. He never makes excuses. He never lies. Everybody's going to eat humble pie. Everybody is going to eat humble pie at some point in their life. We are human beings. We were not here to be fucking perfect. But at the end of the day, it is called awareness. It is called business savvy. Better yet, that's exactly what it's called. In this profession, it is called business savvy. It behooves you to be the person that you need to be to sell the fight. It doesn't mean you need to step outside of who you are. I would say step inside of the person that you are when you're talking shit to your cousins in the backyard at a barbecue, when you're talking shit with your best friends at a barbershop, because that's the person who you are, and that's the person who would really sell some shit if he conducted himself with that level of comfort when he's around other people. Some people are more introverted, some are more extroverted, but when you're in show business, it behooves you to be extroverted. I'm only saying what the fuck I know. I'm only saying what I've seen. I'm only saying I've watched a successful motto be passed down from generation to generation to generation on a fight-by-fight basis, on a year-by-year basis, and then all of a sudden, when it hits the 2000s, after the David Tua, Ike Ibuchi era, after this basically the Steel Hammer era was over, then what did you see? The skill set didn't match, nor did the talking points. You want to know why people stop caring? Because they stopped giving you figures to care about. Like, yo, Canelo and Floyd Mayweather and fucking Anthony Joshua are not going to be here forever. They're not. If boxing loses those three individuals, yo, I don't think y'all get it, man. I really don't think y'all get it. If boxing loses them, there goes the high purses. There goes the individuals that are really putting on. Mike Tyson was a goddamn savage. This motherfucker didn't have a cell phone, went over to goddamn Tokyo with Buster Douglas with Xanax, coke, and marijuana in his goddamn nose, and goddamn it, that motherfucker had every fucking Japanese person off the plane knowing his goddamn name. And that nigga said he was going to eat fucking babies. Eat babies, man. D, salute, family. Salute. Glad you over here. Yeah, bro, I pulled up. I actually put a comment in your comment section and said, man, congratulations, man. Appreciate everything you did for that guy, man. And I shouted out you, Mark, and Brian for all your hard work for what y'all did over there, bro. But once again, back to the talking points. Mike Tyson said he would eat goddamn babies. He wants your heart. Peace be to Allah. The motherfucker used to tell you all the day that he was a piece of shit. You loved him. He was a piece of shit. He felt like he was a piece of shit, that he was knocking people out. You want to know why motherfuckers love that savage, or they couldn't understand that monster, but they still had empathy for him and all of these things? Because he let you in, bro. The introduction was met. The introduction was made. You knew what he did with his fist. But outside of that, you knew what he did, you know what I'm saying, when he talked too. Would you want imagine Mike Tyson right now, a Mike Tyson that didn't talk. Do you know how many sound bites would be missing out of your goddamn lives? Imagine if Muhammad Ali didn't talk, since we all humble. Do you know how many sound bites would be missing out of your goddamn lives? Imagine if Sugar Ray Leonard didn't speak up at that press conference when it came to Marvin Hagler. Do you know what part of the story would be missing out of your goddamn lives? Am I not, is what I'm saying not computing here? Is nobody picking up what I'm putting down here? While everybody is hating on Grandpa for doing an exhibition, when yo niggas ain't the niggas they need to be? Look, man, as we always say at the end of this shit, man, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Floyd gave everything he was supposed to give to the sport. 4 times lineal, 2 times at the welterweight, be 16 champions consecutive, over 20 plus fucking champions underneath his belt in 49 fights, 50 if you want to count the car and shit. All I'm saying is, I'm still waiting, because there's a lot of infamy and there's a lot of hate towards the PBC, and everybody want to see their block get knocked off, but they ain't who they say they are. But the fighters that you love, them motherfuckers don't say a goddamn thing. They ain't getting the attention. They want more. They want to be in position. They want to fight the top billing guys. Nobody cares. Make your introduction, man. As we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Thanks everybody for tuning in the Reaper Gang. And here's another thing that if motherfuckers didn't catch it, I must say again. What you eat don't make me shit. What I eat don't make you shit. So y'all motherfuckers better go out. You need to hunt for your kill. Because in this sport, you gotta motherfucking be a predator, man. You gotta be a predator. But at the end of the day, and as always, you should be humble in defeat. Learn from those who paved the way, who made the money. Look at those who made the money. Them niggas wasn't quiet. Look at those who had all of the fucking viewership. Them niggas weren't quiet. Look at the ones that's fucking quiet. Respect. While everybody hating on Floyd, Grandpa. I must repeat again. Everybody hating on Grandpa. But y'all motherfuckers need to do what y'all need to do.